I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we must not deny the fact that we cannot live without a technology. Technology has been a part of our life ever since we were born, and I have two definitions in this debate. First, I believe that technology is not just about robot, computer, AI, for example, but it is also including clothes, pants, for example, meaning that everything that human has created is technology. And then the second definition is that I believe that technology is not bad nor good. The purpose of technology depending on the user, and the user is usually a human. And I believe human has three unique characteristics. First, human have an ambition or goals, and then the second one is human always use technology to achieve their goals or ambition, to whether to make it faster or to make it easier. And then the third or the last characteristic of human is human always learn from mistakes in order to be better in the future. With that in mind, I have several burdens to prove in this debate. First, I'm going to show you why exactly technology is giving a good impact in every sector of human life. And then the second one is technology. I'm going to show you that technology can give a long-term impact in human life. With that being said, I have several arguments. First, why exactly is technology giving a good impact on human life, for example? Let's talk about a daily life, for example. We always use technology, whether we realize it or not realize it, in our daily life. For example, clothes. We always use clothes to cover up our body, to not make us freezing, for example. And then the second example is we always use plate or spoon or fork to to help us to eat, for example. This is a proof that we cannot live without the technology because we always use it in our daily life. And then the second thing that I want to talk about is, in terms of communication, I believe that we can communicate easily with technology. For example, using social media, for example, Instagram, WhatsApp, for example. With this social media, we can communicate from far away and keep close with each other. And then I believe that social media is also a faster platform to communicate with each other. We didn't have to do a face-to-face meeting to the person that we want to talk about, and this is saving time and money. And even if we want to do a face-to-face meeting, we can just use a video call feature from way out, for example. And then the third thing that I want to talk about is in terms of transportation. With this improvement of technology, we can transport faster using technology, for example, using vehicle, car, train, plane, for example. Imagine if we had no technology, we cannot reach a destination that is far away, for example. We want to go abroad, for example. We cannot do it on foot, right? So we have to use technology called plane to reach our destination. And in the worst scenario, vehicle usually give pollution. The opposition side of the house might say that that vehicle giving a pollution, but I believe that the pollution coming from the vehicle is not that much. The pollution, for example, the pollution from the forest fires is even more bigger than the pollution coming from the vehicle, for example. And even if there is a pollution coming from the vehicle, I believe there is an invention of electric car, for example. So that electric car doesn't have any pollution at all. And I believe that every company has a Go Green program, which is planting a big amount of trees, so the tree can produce more oxygen to reduce the pollution coming from the coming from the vehicle or coming from the forest fire, for example. And the next thing that I want to talk about is in terms of education. I believe that technology is giving a good impact to education, for example. I have three reasons for that. First, the information that is easily accessed by the student, not just from the book, not just from the teacher, but you can reach the information coming from the internet, for example, using Google and etc. And this can be done not just from the class or from the library, but it can be done anywhere and anytime. And then the second reason is online learning. We always use Zoom meeting, for example, for online learning, and we always do this online learning from home. And even if in the worst scenario there will be laziness, but I believe there will be check and balance in outside of the house, because after the teacher giving done with the has done with the meeting and has done with their presentation from online, they usually give the student homework, for example, or work a task or a task after the meeting, so that the student will learn. Even if they don't pay attention to the meeting, they will search the information from online, for example. And that's just coming from outside of the house. And then the third reason is student can be more flexible. With this online learning, we can save time and money, right? So the time and money can be used to explore our passion. For example, we want to be a programmer, we can take a course to be a programmer, for example. And this cannot be done if we don't have a technology. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is the worst-case scenario of technology. Let's talk about the worst-case scenario of the technology. First, let's talk about the nuclear bomb that is misused by America to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I believe there will be a check and balance for that, because after the invention of this nuclear bomb, the scientists has doing a research about this nuclear bomb to be the nuclear energy, and this can be used to be the alternative resource for electricity, and it can be used to power up a whole city, and it has no pollution at all. So the country that usually use this nuclear energy doesn't have any other resources, for example water and wind, for example. Technology may be used for a bad intention from the beginning, but we as a human, we learn from our mistake and use it for good deed in the end. And because of this nuclear energy invention, millions of lives were saved or helped by this invention. So technology is giving a good impact. With that being said, proud to propose.